Hi guys, and welcome to Coffee with Nadia. Today we are doing something really fun and beautiful with the placemats from the Dollar Tree. It's going to be no-sew project, and I wanted to do something unique. The first project is this beautiful wall hanging art piece that I made out of the first placemat that I got. And number two, I made a tote. Yes, a tote. And I think it turned out absolutely adorable and cute. As always, I do love chatting with you in the comments down below. But first, let's craft. For these two projects, you will need tapestry placemats. I got mine at the Dollar Tree. Facing the placemat up, we're going to find our center. For this particular placemat, I folded about 1.5 inches. We're going to fold back and kind of try to crease it a little bit. Now we're going to flip our project over. We are going to hot glue where we creased, but as you see, I'm leaving off about 1 inch to the top and 1 inch to the bottom. The reason I recommend this is because if your edges are a little bit wider than the middle of your placemat, this gives you an opportunity to fix that by bringing the endings inside the project and then hot gluing it in place. Now it's time to get your jute cord or a ribbon and a dowel. I get mine at Walmart. I find that with sales, they just have the best deals. And I'm grabbing my dowel, making sure that it's a great length, which it is. Next, I'm going to measure out how long I want my jute string to be to hang the picture, and then tie a knot on the other side of the dowel. The excess flaps also act as great security to hold the dowels in place. When I was done securing the dowel, I went back and hot glued all the edges and that excess flap onto my art piece. The hot glue did not show up on the other side at all. This was so nice. I got more of my jute cord. Leaving a tail, I wrapped it around my fingers a few times. Then I cut the excess off, then grabbed another piece and tied it in the middle. This made a really cute bow. Then I grabbed my bow and tied it on top of my jute cord that's holding my artwork. For these two projects, you will need tapestry placemats. I got mine at the Dollar Tree. Let's start on the tote. You will need felt for this project. I decided to get mine at Joann Fabrics because the one that the Dollar Tree has is a little bit on the thin side. The placemat is 18 inches long. You will need 2 pieces of felt, 4 inches by 9 inches. To make the side bottoms of my tote, I'm grabbing both of my felt pieces. I'm measuring out 1/2 inch on each bottom corner or 1.5 centimeters and just cutting the squares out, and I'm going to do the same thing to the second piece. After I removed the tags from my mat, I made sure to place it upside down on my working area so that I'm working on the back side of the mat. Now it's time to make the sides for our tote. I laid the piece of felt where we cut out the little corners right in the middle of my placemat, and carefully I measured and I measured and I measured to make sure that my piece of felt was really in the middle of my mat, because if it's off a little bit, then the whole tote is going to be off. Once I found my center, I carefully hot glued the felt to my placemat, and I immediately measured both sides. While the hot glue is still hot, you still might have an opportunity to move it back or forth to make sure it's straight in the middle, and that's actually what I ended up doing with my first piece of felt. Then I followed by taking my second piece of felt and doing the same thing on the opposite side of the mat. Now it's time to bring the tote together. I put my tote on the side, laid out my felt, making sure I have that 1/2 inch along the whole length, and then I did the same thing on the remaining sides. You will probably have a little bit of felt excess on the top, and that's perfect. You just even out and make sure it goes nicely from side to side, and then make sure the corners of the tops are hot glued nice and securely, and that way the bag will have no problems in the future. Now for the fun part, we're going to turn the tote inside out and see how gorgeous it is. Then we are going to just make sure all our corners are pulled out, and that's exactly what I'm doing here. Now for the handles, I pulled out my favorite Dollar Tree ribbon, which are gross grain ribbon, and this ribbon is 5/8 of an inch in width, and just measure out how long you want your handles to be. When you're done with that, just cut 2 pieces out. I will be hot gluing my handles to the inside of the tote, about 1 inch from the outside corners. For embellishment, I decided to use the same light green ribbon that I used for my handles, make a simple bow, hot glue it together, and straight onto the top middle of my tote. For the center of my bow, I decided to use this jingle bell. I got the bell from this door knocker hanger. I just grabbed it and then removed the plastic part from it. It comes off really easy with some pliers, and then hot glued it to the center of my bow. Some other options I have is either this gold ornament or that a little pom-pom, a red or a green one, or even grab a similar type of ribbon, and this is exactly the same except white, and you could put that in the middle, and that'll bring out the light colors in the tote. That's it, you guys. Don't you think that was really cute and simple? The tote, no sew, all hot glue gun, and I think they just turned out really cute and adorable. Thank you so much for sticking around and watching. If you are new to my channel, please consider subscribing and hitting the bell button for more DIY videos, hauls, and vlogs. You guys are fantastic and you know it, and I will see you in my next video. Bye guys!